folks, my next guest is just 30 years old, and already his life is the stuff that movies are made of. In college, he was a star football player and a Rhodes Scholar. Then he made it to the NFL. Now, after 3 seasons in the pros, he just made headlines for his latest achievement, being accepted to the neurosurgery program at Harvard University. Please welcome a man who's the definition of overachiever. Please welcome Myron Rolle. Glad to meet you, man. How you doing?
Thank you, Ross. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Boy, this is a story you got going here, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
It's inspiring, man. What were your dreams as a kid?
So my parents came from the Bahamas. They brought us over here when I was very young, and they wanted us to focus on education, and they put heroes in front of me that looked like me so that I could aspire to be something in this country where we had an abundance of resources. So they put Paul Robeson in front of me, Booker T. Washington, Kofi Annan, but then Ben Carson. And so Dr. Carson was on my wall as a young man, and he planted the seed of neurosurgery in my head early. I also had Deion Sanders on my wall, too. He was kind of my athletic hero. So I had this parallel road of trying to accomplish your goals academically and athletically. And, thankfully, by the grace of God, by good work, good discipline, focus on education, and focus on good principles, I was able to accomplish some of these things.
Wow. You got a lot going on, man. You're busy. How do you relax? What do you do, man?
So, as I mentioned, I'm from the Bahamas, so I like to go back to Nassau and hang out with my family. I like crack conch. I don't know if you ever had conch before, but
yeah, I had it.
Yeah.
Probably not as much as you, but
yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, crack conch stew, conch boiled, conch fried, conch burger, conch fritters, conch salad, every kind of conch you could think of. Yeah, I just go back to the Bahamas, see my family, hang out. I grew up on reggae and soca music, so I live alone, and when I have a chance to have my own jam session and concert in my house by myself, I get a full lather on. I get into it. I really get into it.
Yeah, well, that living alone, there's some people in here can shut that down for you right now. I live alone. You don't have to stay by yourself. Hey, I'm lonely too. Ooh, I'm staying by myself.
Oh, man.
Have you ever met Dr. Ben Carson?
I did. In fact, Dr. Carson wrote me a letter of recommendation for my neurosurgery applications going forward for residency. I met him at Silver Springs, Maryland. He's a Seventh-day Adventist, so I went to church with him. And I asked him, Dr. Carson, and I met his wife, Candy. I asked him, can you give me some advice going forward as a future neurosurgeon? Somebody I looked up to you. I read Gifted Hands as a young boy. And I thought he was going to give me something profoundly technologically sound or something like that, I had to make a surgery a certain kind of way. He said, Myron, always remember to be nice to the lunch ladies and janitors because they matter too. When you go in life and you're trying to meet the CEO or meet the president or meet the head of the chief neurosurgeon or whatever, you kind of overstep these people who are just walking the hallways, but they have stories, they're people, pay attention to them. And I said, wow, that was amazing. That was great advice. Great advice.
He's I met him recently, and we formed a relationship, and he's quite different from what I thought he was going to be. I was very, very surprised at the man he actually is.
Absolutely.
Great guy, man. What a terrific story, man. What a great story. And wait till I say, have you met Deion?
I have. I met Prime Time. He went to Florida State, so had a chance to meet him. He's a little flashy, but he's great too.
That's my boy. That's how I like it. Flashy, flashy, flashy. Give it to me. Diamonds, I don't care. Bling, bling. Pop it on me.
Yes.
Great guy, man.
Yes.
Great story, man. Much success to you, man. Much success to you, man. I'm going to stay with you. I want to follow you.
Please do. No, it's a pleasure to be here and to be able to meet you. I've always looked up to you and definitely your fashion sense. Doctors only wear scrubs most of the time, so maybe I'll be able to walk into Boston with some nice clothes like
Go on in there. Just go on, let them see it. Keep it pimping.
Keep it pimping. That's right.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Great, brother. Thanks, Samon, and good luck with everything. Hey, folks, great story. We'll be right back.